Hey there. This is Daniel's voice. I have to say whatever German dudes tells me to. Not that I have my own opinion, but I love German dude. If you do too, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. What is something you did that increased your quality of life so much that you wished you would have done it much sooner because it changed your life forever? Learning to always keep my keys in the same place. Please teach my GF this. It happened far too many times that I left my keys at home. Now my neighbor has one set, my business partner has a set in his office, and I keep one set in a safety deposit box at my bank. I've even buried a set in the woods nearby my house. I'm never getting locked out again, knock on wood. If someone asks me to do something and it will take me 5 minutes or less to do it, I'll do it immediately. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I never realized how much stuff I put off until later and then promptly forgot about. Also, once you've done one 5-minute task, it's easier to just go and do the next. I became much more productive and saved myself a lot of time and effort at the same time. The 5-minute rule is awesome. I've already incorporated this into my lovemaking. As a kid I read books all the time. Then I quit for some reason. Got married, had kids, started a business. Never any time for reading. Last year, at 45, I started reading books again. What a fool I was to ever stop. I got locked up for missing a court date for a week or so. Never left my cot. Just read. I loved it, was sore from lack of movement. But I'd love to do that again, minus jail, of course. Honestly, shaving my head. As someone who started losing hair at age 20, had the old monk bald spot by 23, and horseshoe by 25, it took me until 29 to say fuck it, I'm shaving. I have a lot more confidence and have gotten compliments BC of it. Edit, thanks for the silver. This really blew up. I'll try to respond to any questions as I have time, thanks everyone. Edit 2, OMG thanks for the gold. Hairless pays off again lol. Edit 3, holy cow thanks for the plats. I never knew so many people had the same issues. Kobold Club is here guys, this is huge. Taking control of your look is much more commanding than trying to salvage a bad situation. I'm glad you found what works for you. Applying for a job I didn't think I was qualified for. It doubled my salary and let me move to a place I'd only ever dreamed of living in. This gives me hope. I'm terrified of interviews because I feel like such a fraud, so I can't even apply. But I also cannot stand the thought of staying in my current job forever. Edit, I wanna thank everyone for their encouraging and helpful comments. Really did not expect to have so much response. You guys are awesome. I had a decayed wisdom tooth with an exposed nerve, and I lived with it for 10 years, when I didn't have dental or disposable income. My life changed the day I had it pulled. If there's something wrong with your teeth, find a way to get it taken care of. I spent a decade in pain whenever I drank something cold or chewed on the left side of my mouth, and I could have had it corrected much sooner if I'd had my act together. For anyone else with a bad tooth problem and no dental insurance, go see your local dentist and tell him her about your financial situation. Some will work with you on a repayment plan, even if it takes a while for you to come up with the money. Also, some tooth problems, a tooth abscess, for example, can be fatal due to the infection spreading if you don't get it taken care of, so you'll wanna get it taken care of sooner rather than later. Related story, a few years back my bill was out of town, and got a really bad tooth infection. A local dentist not only made time to see him, but also did the work necessary to get rid of the infection and said that he could just pay him when the money was available. Maybe my bill just got lucky, but I've heard of other dentists being accommodating too. FWIW, this was a dentist in a small town of less than 5,000 people, but getting a job I didn't hate. I'm so much happier now even though I'm making 1 stroke to as much. My version of this is getting a job that paid me money, and that I like. I tried pursuing a career that I thought I'd love, but it turns out I hated it and I was poor as hell. So yeah, My life is infinitely better after finding something that I enjoy but that also provides a stable income that allows me to budget and save and travel and generally be an adult. 6 years ago I decided to never be late to anything ever again. My whole life up until that point I was always late to everything. School, birthdays, etc. Anyway, making sure I'm on time saves me a lot of trouble and a lot of stress and anxiety. Also, everyone I know who has noticed it really appreciate it. Being on time for plans shows that you care about people and that they are important to you. Edit. Thank you for the silver. Never had anyone give me that before. Not being afraid to admit when I'm wrong. For years, I was obsessed with being correct about everything. This semester, one of my professors said that it's okay if we are not experts in the material yet. From then on, I've actually been better at admitting when I do not know an answer or saying the wrong answer in class without cringing hating myself. It's not a mistake to be wrong, it's a mistake to not learn from your mistake, not to evaluate where it went wrong, to not try to improve yourself, and to reduce the chance of repeating the mistake. I say reduce because it's often impossible to 100% prevent a mistake from repeating itself, and that's perfectly okay too, as long as you can honestly say I tried. I started drinking at a young age mostly because I was shy and introverted, and it helped me come out of my shell. It was a way to be able to talk to people. It became a crutch. I've had some great times, but since I've stopped drinking at the late age of 64, I'm beginning to feel so much better and wonder how different and more fulfilling my life could have been if I'd just tackled my insecurities when I was younger rather than turning to alcohol. Stopped assuming that people's thoughts about me were at all similar to that extremely critical voice in my head. It's still somewhat of a struggle to stay positive, but overall, being yourself and staying present when with others really reduces anxiety. Peaceful would be a good word to describe it. Edit. Thank you, community. Try it. One of the best things a mentor told me was nobody cares as much about you as you do about yourself, and he didn't mean it in a condescending way, just that nobody is thinking as much about anyone else as they are about themselves. Felt so relieved after that aha moment. I got a lot of houseplants to put all over my house. Makes my home environment look beautiful and feel homey, fresh, and just all around better. Edit. If you have any pets, make sure to look up what plants are safe for your furry friend before purchasing a plant. Houseplants have been a complete savior for my mental health. On the days I feel like my life is going nowhere and I'll always be alone, I see my babes putting out new leaves and sprouting new growth, and it's incredible how good it makes me feel. Seeing them thrive under the care and attention I put into them is literally like an antidepressant for me. Especially because I live in a place with about 8 months of winter and 4 months of summer. My outdoor garden gives me the same benefits, but my houseplants sustain me through the dark winter months. Buying all the same socks. No more folding, no more matching, no more looking for missing sock brothers. Just throw them all in a drawer, reach in, grab two and get your day started right. Admitting that I needed a therapist. As a teenager with strict parents, if I was caught saying anything against them I was automatically grounded, so I couldn't let out my emotions and I felt like a double agent in my own house. With a therapist, I could work through my problems without the risk of being in trouble. Edit. I know it's cliche and annoying, but thank you to everyone who upvoted this and the people that gave me a gold and a silver. I wish you all the best in your journeys to good mental health. Taking fiber supplements. I now shit like clockwork, twice a day, and even after a night of drinking, I have never had more than a 3 wipe to clean. I'll never go back to not taking them. The quality of my shits has just been absolutely magical. I wish I knew of this sooner. Try it for a month, you'll never want to stop. No more peanut butter in a shag carpet, no more mud streaks, no more wiping yourself raw, it's life changing. Keeping a guitar pick in my pocket so that I can scratch my testicles in public discreetly. We're living in 2019 while this guy's in 3019. Eating veggies. My mum rarely fed us veggies, and we had constant digestive issues. As soon as I moved out on my own I started eating veggies and have rarely had an upset stomach since. It was literally daily agony eating nothing but meat and carbs. Doing my research on nutrition and making myself a decent breakfast.